Hello everyone, XIlyana here, musician, LGBTQIA icon, environmentalist, human rights activist, and a DILF. How's everyone today? I thought I would come on a little bit earlier. I had a good BDSM yoga session, and I wanted to see what my audience felt about BDSM instruction on YouTube. I mean, there are several people who do it. I just think it's time I do it. It's time I teach what I know. So if anyone is interested in attending an 18+ online tutorial series about BDSM, let me know. Today is a great day to meet some new people. So, hello Jerry Hernandez, how you doing? Glad to see you in my chat. Welcome to the Revolution. It's the name of my fan group. So I have started day 1 of the Venom Challenge. My challenge to take a fat twink and turn him into a daddy muscle bear within 30 days. It's a rather daunting task. I'm Brazilian, so it probably shouldn't be that difficult, should it? I'm also up early because I am waiting on Amazon. I really am. I have a few things that I'm going to bring to spice up my love life of one. I'm very single and, well, I'm sad. Hello there, Rush Driver. Smoke weed. Shh. Smoking weed is for pussies. If you really want to get high, you need to try edibles or sublinguals or, well, we won't go into that. Boy Dult, welcome to my channel. Boy Dulit, welcome to my channel. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Please instruct me on, what is the proper way to say your name, because I have a feeling you'll come back. How is everyone? We got a full group here today, 15 people here. That's actually a good number. Welcome to my channel. WSG. Oh, I'm not exactly sure what that means. I probably should, I'm a millennial, so I'm supposed to know everything. Can you put your hand on the cam for Lamar? I don't know. Thanks. What your channel about? So I am a veteran with PTSD from military sexual trauma. I talk about my PTSD a lot. I talk about environmentalism, and recently I started talking about BDSM. And hopefully I have some interested people who would like to know more. What's good? Well, food is always good. I highly recommend that you eat a balanced meal and more hydration to your food. Most people don't realize that they're dehydrated. Are you thirsty? 30 CJBs, what is your advice? Well, that is not how you spell that, number 1. And 2, my advice for it is always eat more fiber and date someone who isn't quite as large as I am. What do you think of the 2025 Nissan lineup? I don't really know cars that well, unfortunately. I wish I did. WSG means what's good. Thank you for letting me know. Oh. Any fleshlights for sale? I do own a version of that. I wonder if people would be interested in buying mine. It would be slightly used. I mean, I wouldn't give it to you fresh out the box. I'd give you one that I've blessed. Well, I'd probably sell it for like anywhere 100, 200. Groovy Gary, oh my. Does that excite you? Welcome to my channel. I'm glad that we have people interested in learning obedience. Have you ever been told you kind of look like the artist formerly known as Prince? On several occasions, I've done covers of his music several times. I sing poorly compared to him, but I have fun when I sing his songs. Yeah, everyone thinks that way, eh? Also sorry about the PTSD, same boat, different source. What helps you with stresses? I have the misfortune of living in LA where everything is a stressor for me. For me, I don't even know how to say it. Just going outside is a stressor. So if anything, I would recommend grounding yourself, reminding yourself what your purpose is, and with stressors, try and always find a safe space for yourself. So if that safe space is not a physical space, it has to be a mental space. And realize that if the stressor is truly dangerous, please dial 911. But if the stressor is more on your part, then you have to address it in an appropriate manner. If it's on somebody else's and they're doing it on purpose against you, then speak up for yourself. A lot of people who have PTSD bring all the blame and the guilt of feeling that way on themselves. And you have to realize that, you know, this is a part of you now. Tom Lingle, I don't know that particularly. I would go ahead and give you an anatomy lesson and say, no, girls have 3 holes down there, but I don't know. I would probably say ask a female that particular question. Morgan Boucher, it's all homeless people in LA now. Pretty much, you know, that's one of the major reasons why I don't even bother with going on public transportation. I used to, but every time I try and go anywhere, it would just go through the downtown LA area, and that's where all the people who do hard drugs are. I mean, I'm big supporter of people who do drugs, but the kind of drugs that they do in downtown LA are the ones where the people can get violent. And with something like that, you have to keep away from that. Are you a stripper? You know, they can make a lot of money. No, I am not a stripper. I am a dom, a master. You can call me daddy if that would make it easier for you. Dude is out of Mad Max. I will take that as a compliment. That is a huge compliment. Triple X tension. #1 fan. How is your day going? Pretty well. I just started day one of the Venom challenge, the one to turn a Brazilian twink into a muscle daddy. I don't know how that's gonna happen. I barely eat. I can't really afford a lot of food, and I'm mostly a vegan. I mean, I guess there's no such thing as mostly a vegan. Either you are a vegan or you just eat food. Das Guten Tag. My dad left for some milk and never came back. Do you want to go back, Dad? Look, I supply milk, so I've had several husbands and fathers come to me and say, you know, if you would let me stay, I would, and I don't, because I don't take care of other people's problems. Triple Extension is a very famous rapper. Well, I don't know anything about rap, I'm sorry. I'm so confused. Van Adam. Search him up. I probably should. I feel like I create music and I have no idea what's going on in the music scene. I had to choose a music clip for the post of my full outfit, which I'm not going to go into on YouTube, but it's available on Instagram if you want to see what I'm wearing right now, because it is pretty cheeky. But I had to choose a song. And normally I am such a selfish little person that I choose one of my own songs. But instead I chose the first thing that like really popped up, because I guess it's popular right now. Sabrina Carpenter's Man-Child. It's pretty good. It's got this chill wave vibe. I like the song. Jean-Claude Van Damme, kickboxer, really. Huh. You know, I haven't seen a Jean-Claude film in quite some time. His legs are legendary. I mean, people always talked about Tina Turner's legs. I think the only gender equivalent to that had to be Jean-Claude Van Damme. So he is still there, famous-wise. He's still doing film. I don't go to the movies that often because of my PTSD. Because of my PTSD, I pretty much stay in my own apartment. I try and go outside, but every time I go outside, something horrific happens. So I run back here and I end up crying for days, you know, scrubbing myself raw. It's just, it's too traumatic for me to go outside. So I haven't seen a film proper since Captain America Brave New World. That was the last one I saw, and I think that's like the last one ever for me, because I can't really afford it, and it's just too triggering to go out into public for something like that, even though I wanted to support Anthony Mackie and the rest of the cast, obviously. If Stallone and Arnold is a 10, what is a Van Damme? Van Damme is in another category to himself. I mean, for one, he has great martial arts skills, and then two, he just has this super silky, sexy vibe that Arnold and Stallone don't have. What they have is this overpowering masculine vibe. You know, they're the biggest man in the room and the strongest in the room. And that is very alluring. That is very alluring to be that in touch with your body. And in order to do Rocky or even something like Predator, it's very, very good to have decent muscle tone. And these people took it to new levels, higher than anyone I've ever seen on film and since. I mean, I guess the closest is Tom Hardy when he had to be a boxer. Soulmate attracts. Lovely accent. I can only speak Ian. I have been told several times, why don't you speak American? I just say, because this is how an American speaks. I'm an American and this is how I speak. Right. It's so sad Van Damme just missed it, but like 1%, it's so sad. XXX Tentacion. XXX Tentacion is how you say it. Thank you for letting me know. I feel really uncomfortable that I didn't know how to say it. I've never really been that much into rap, so oh well. How are the people in my chat? Everyone having a good time? Yeah, I've got this huge beard. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I feel like I'll wait until I have more muscle tone and then consider shaving it. For the time being, I'm gonna keep it. I actually love beards, you know? I find it to be the sexiest feature of a man. And it's so soft too. It's full, it's soft, it's luscious. I like a beard. You must be an empath for crying. I'm the same way, just saw a fist fight with cops out my window. I'm sorry to hear that. Are the cops attractive though? Are they super muscular? Hello, Jessica. Good morning. How are you? Welcome to my channel. My name is XIlyana, and this is The Revolution. I am a Dom, and I normally talk about my PTSD from military sexual trauma. I then talk about environmentalist issues, such as change.org/Kentucky Needs You. There is a water contamination bill in the Kentucky legislature, which will allow them to ruin the groundwater for the Eastern Kentucky rural community. That's unconscionable. What we need to do is sign the petition, change.org/Kentucky Needs You, so I can tell the Kentucky state legislature that you're not allowed to pollute the groundwater for the Eastern Kentucky. And also make sure that the residents of Eastern Kentucky enjoy health screening to make sure that they don't have any lingering effects of the pollution that they've already allowed. Also, I want to send them fresh water because during this time period, they're going to have to undo a lot of damage. Can we see your chain? Oh, well, I mean, I guess you could see this. That's safe. I'm all about being demure. Like I said, if you want to see the full outfit of what I'm wearing right now, it's available on Instagram, on my channel, at XIlyana, IANXILYANA. Martina, hello, welcome to my channel. How you doing there? I'm XIlyana, you know, I have fun here. Normally I do about a song and dance, a bit of singing, a bit of movement. But right now I'm just slowing things down, waiting on Amazon. That's all. Not much going on. I did start the show talking about BDSM yoga. I guess I would consider it erotic stretching instead of traditional yoga. It's the same positions that you would do in a yoga class, but with more of a focus on relieving tension and increasing flexibility for other activities. DRETY, do you have a job? I'm retired. I am a military disabled veteran, so I don't work. And I have terrible PTSD. And I'm a terrible singer, clearly. So I will make music, but it's just art therapy for me. And as far as a job, I guess I volunteer as an environmental spokesperson to the country of the United States of America and Canada. And an ambassador for culture to Scotland, Ireland, Wales, and England. Why can't we see the full outfit? It's a spoiler for a movie. Marvel's Venom Lethal Protector. And I'm still waiting on Marvel to accept my proposal to give me an office so I can safely hand them the script. I just applied for a job at Disney. So they can look through their emails and find a way to reach me because I have given them a way to reach me. My brother retired military. And today is his birthday. Well, happy birthday to your brother then. Me, beautiful? I don't know. I consider myself pretty regular. Not sure I would consider myself beautiful though. But then why can you put it on Instagram? Because Instagram is for whores. And YouTube is for whores that need sponsors. That's the best way to put that. Pack, thank you so much for the compliment. I don't often get compliments, so when I do get it, it means something special to me. Thank you for improving my day. Clint Gage. Well, gee, man, I didn't know I was a hoe. Well, we are technically. I mean, every day we put on outfits, looking sexy. I mean, I've got the the leather harness on, tits passively, you know, spilling out my jacket here. I mean, I doll myself up more for YouTube than I would a date. If that doesn't tell me what my priorities are. Sold me to tracks funny. Ah, well, thank you. And welcome to the channel, Clint. How are you? I have new music coming out. One of the new songs that I released was Validate My Parking, and I made King's Cross, What Are You Wearing? Okay, so I have on a traditional leather jacket, harness, but the rest of the outfit, that's available on Instagram if you want to see what I'm wearing underneath it. I still have something underneath it. If you want to see the full outfit, I highly recommend you go to my Instagram at IANXILYANA at XIlyana. Do you have a glittery claw clip-in? I'm not exactly sure what that is. Do you see glitter anywhere? Oh. And thank you and welcome to my channel, King's Cross. Appreciate all of you. I released the song Validate My Parking, and then I immediately do as I normally do. I did a deaf music video. And with my deaf music videos, I try and say something without saying something. And then I let people draw their own conclusions. But I think sometimes you just have to explain what it all means. What does it mean? Because it had everything from just weird images of black people fucking shaking their hair out when they have long hair, and you know, white people saying how dare you. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense. But the inspiration for that song was actually celebrity feuds of people who ended up leaving a show. And one of the feuds was Damon Wayans and some actor who I've never even heard of. But there was a comment that this actor made about Damon Wayans, that Damon Wayans didn't show up for table reads. And as someone who's not in the business, I'm not. But for the moment, let's suspend belief and just talk about it as it is. Table reads have many purposes. They are there to check lines, check blocking, check cadence, because sometimes a writer can make a line that is ambivalent. It could go in several different ways, several different meanings, and the way that you change the meaning, which is a small inflection in your voice, a rising of intonation, a smile, a little gesture, you know, just little things like that can change the whole entire tone of a scene. It's extremely vital to get those things done as quickly as possible. So a table read is really an opportunity to test things out in a low pressure environment. Because once the cameras are on, you're supposed to be on. You're supposed to have your line and you're supposed to deliver it in a better way than even the writer could think of, without them telling you what they really meant. So when I hear that Damon Wayans didn't show up for a table read, I say, there's two sides to this. There's the side of, are you a professional actor? And there's the side of the reason why some people get into acting is to get away from people telling them what to do like it's a regular job. And sometimes that can mean you take it for granted a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. Glittery claw clip. No, that's not a glittery claw clip. It's my pearl crown. You have to remember that, your old divinity. Show us the back of your head. Well, I can just show you the crown. It's not in there like really, like it just looks like this. The only person who really gets to see the back of my head is someone in the middle of a 69. All right, I'm back. I had to plug in my phone. I needed to find an extension cord. No, you need to buy a better phone or find a way to... Clint needs to upgrade his tech. He really does. He is such a professional YouTuber, but his tech needs to be upgraded. I'm thinking of the same exact thing. If I'm going to continue to do these podcasts, I need to have a better camera. I need to have better microphones, and I need the ability to not have to use my phone as the way to stream. Because when you use your phone, it seems like it's easier because you have all the data like all there for you. But I mean, there's times when, you know, you really have to learn to just look into the camera, and I'm not good at that. I'm really not good at that because I get distracted because my face is in the way and I don't like looking at myself. But oh well. I don't think anybody really does. So yeah, reading, you know, what was going on in that situation, I said, I think that's a larger conversation. It really is. I mean, if you didn't grow up your entire life, you know, having your own trailer and being on sets and everything, and you know, you have a long legacy of your father was an actor, your mother was an actor, and all of it, it would be a little bit more difficult to be a true professional in some cases when it comes to acting. Because once you're in, you are already being told that you're amazing and you don't think that you could be a little bit better. And for people, especially in comedy, it's almost, well, how good do I want to be? Because there are people who are comedic actors who say, well, I also want to do drama and I want people to take myself seriously. A good example of this is Kristen Wiig from Saturday Night Live. She's done roles where, you know, it's comedy, it's slapstick, it's everything. But she also does, you know, roles that are dramatic. And I haven't seen the show she has on Apple TV because I don't watch television anymore. But I feel as if that kind of show and the way that she was acting, at least in the trailer, is... Hold on, a fire truck just went by, right on key. I feel like her acting in that is of someone, you know, who's very relatable. You know, you want to have that ability to have your audience see themselves in you. Jim Carrey, when he did, you know, 23, yeah, he's a good example of that. You know, comedic actors, they have a lot of room, some of them. Some of them choose to just be the funny person and just say everything's a joke, but writers want more from actors, and they don't often tell people that, or at least they get intimidated because they end up working with celebrities, obviously. But they should always have the agency to speak up for themselves and say, no, if you sign on to do this role, if you sign on to be the embodiment of my creative project, then no, you will be present. But they never write it in to the contract that way. They never say, hey, we want you to be at table reads because sometimes you have funnier insight than what we can write, because we're not the experts in funny, you're the expert in funny. And if you're the expert in funny, we want to know before we bring the cameras out and then have the costumes on and then have a car exploding in the background and then you still have to deliver your line. That's the whole purpose of a table read. But on the other hand of his side of it is your whole life, you know, you look around you and you see the suffering in the world and you just want to stay in your trailer or, you know, just commute from your mansion to the set without having to deal with any people and do the dance. It is hard for people of color to be phony. It really is. The, hey, how you doing? That just doesn't come out of someone who's black or Hispanic or something. It's just not how we are raised. We are raised to be honest. If we are upset or if we are pissed off that day, we're not gonna fake a smile. And in order for someone like Damon Wayans to go from his house or his trailer on set to the stage, it requires a certain peace of mind that alone time can usually help. Or maybe being honest about what is going on and see if the studio can help you. Maybe you would have better series that way if people actually talk to each other in the entertainment business. Is someone fighting in my chat again? Soulmate attracts facts. Great insight. Thank you for the compliment on that. I don't know Damon Wayans and I don't know that other actor who I've never heard of, but I just took that away from the situation. There are no winners in either of those cases. Both of them end up losing. Why? Because that show is off the air now. And maybe if they had got it right, it might have had more seasons. Okay, Kenneth, the American dollar is going to crumble. Pray that you have citizenship somewhere else. I keep trying, but America says, no, you are required to do movies and television and sing for people. They don't actually tell me that, but when they won't give me my disability benefits, that's what they're telling me. Because what else is left? When you have terrible PTSD, you're not going to be a call center representative. When you have terrible PTSD, you're not, you know, go work at McDonald's and have, you know, people yelling at you all the time. So that really leaves either sex work, porn, or the entertainment business, which is the biggest whoredom that there is. Hey Ian, why don't you and me save up our money and move to Sweden? LOL, you don't need a sponsor, just me and my bloodline. Clint, I am game if you are. I am absolutely game. This mess that they call the United States right now is just a mess. And I keep trying to help and save these people. But Nobody even signs change.org/Kentucky needs you. It's a petition that I have to stop them from poisoning the water for people who live in Eastern Kentucky. And these are American citizens, white American citizens. And even that says, you know what? America doesn't even care about poor white people. America doesn't care about it. When America stops caring about white people, that tells you that things are fucked up. Hey man, you up for a dual chat? I tell you what, if Clint is game, I am game. Clint, I will send you a link. Cool? All right. I'm going to have Clint Gage on my channel in a few seconds here. I want to thank you, everyone, for coming by. I'll see you in the next episode.